Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Alf Pap here at the Inter Motivation Office, and today I just want to talk a little bit about working from home. Because obviously, with all the things that are happening around us, a lot of people all of a sudden have to work from home, and that ask so many different things from us: a different environment, a different energy, a different surrounding, different colleagues sometimes. So I want to give you a few tips that you can at least think about and maybe translate to your own current situation, because we're all living in a different place, in a different house, in different apartments and stuff like that. But it really is a challenge. It really is asking a different behavior from us. So today I'm here to help you, to give you some tips, to give you some ideas. And if you have any questions, then by all means, write them down and I will try to answer them. If you look at your home office, if you look at your way of working, you want to be healthy. You have to be careful that right now you are your own manager, at least from home. You have to choose where you focus your time on and your energy and how you work and when you will work with all the limitations and possibilities you have. So how do you stay healthy? How do you stay healthy while working from home, while just not being in contact with your colleagues, maybe constantly being in contact with your loved ones, or maybe less loved ones than now? It's really a challenge to work with your kids or your partners, being in the same house, in the same room. So how do you do that? I'm gonna talk about 4 ways of getting healthy, because we have four pillars that keep us healthy. We have the physical one, we have the mental one, we have the emotional one, and we have the spiritual one. So there's physical health, mental health, emotional health, and spiritual health. Those four will determine if we're feeling good, if we're happy, if we're feeling energized, if we're feeling healthy. All those four will determine that, and they are connected. So just a bit of a frame: if one of the four is completely down, then the other three won't make you feel healthy at all. So they will interact with each other. If you look at your physical health from home, working from home, things have changed a lot. At least for me, it does. For me, normally I bike a lot, I go to the gym and yoga and stuff like that. I can't do that at the moment. So what can I do? How can I try to keep in my close surroundings, myself healthy physically? Today, I'm very lucky to be here at the office, but normally my office is at home as well. So what do I do? What can you do? The third thing to know is that if you work from home right now, most likely you will have less exercise, like the normal exercise we have. You don't walk to the store as often, maybe to friends or restaurants. You don't bike. You don't go to around the office to visit colleagues, stuff like that. Now it's just opening Zoom or a house party or any other app to connect with your with your colleagues. So you have to do something different to stay active and to stay healthy. What works really well is to really create a schedule, and it works for all four pillars, all health pillars, but really create a schedule. Be very conscious about your physical health, but what you can do. So that really means that you have to make a week schedule for yourself where you just exercise, whatever you can. Even on in 1 square meter, you can do something. And luckily, we live in the days now that all those live videos and YouTube and Zoom gives us a lot of input on how to be healthy, do a yoga class, do some fitness, do some exercises. There are lovely dancing classes as well if that's something you're up to. But anything to keep your physical health up to speed. And it's really difficult at the moment. And even more important because we have limitations. The same goes for food. Your food intake, not quite sure how it works for you, but when I'm at home and I'm all the time at home, I get cravings and I can cook. So I can cook really good stuff that not that healthy. So I really have to take more care about what I take in. Also because I don't exercise as much. So if I just eat the same stuff I did like a month ago, without all the exercise I normally have, Well, it's going to be a tough summer break when we finally get outside. We're going to be a bit heavier. So be aware that if you do exercise less and you don't walk around as much as you normally do, to eat a bit less and to any which way you can, whatever which diet you follow, or vegan or not, just to be a bit more aware. And we are not outside as much as we normally are, so even those vitamins stay there, and we don't have them at home. So be aware of the kind of fruits and vegetables. It's very simple. It's a very simple tip, but really makes a difference. So it's really an easy one, but one to take care of. I'm going to continue to our mental health. Again, it will really change what kind of family situation we have, what kind of a living area you have, what kind of apartment you have. Is it big? Is it small? A lot of people there. How can you concentrate? I'm not quite sure how you look at the news, but you can also hear a lot of people complaining because we're all at home. And there's a lot of noise going around. I was doing in a coaching session 2 days ago with someone, and he already said, yeah, we already had arguments about the neighbors with concerning noise. It's even worse now. So how do you concentrate? Even when you have a family or pets or a loved one that's also there all the time. A very practical tip, which you can do anywhere, is to change how you focus. It's to change how you use your concentration. But normally, when you're in your office, you can close the door, you can maybe put on headphones, or you can just do anything you normally do in your office, and sometimes you can't do that at home. Change the time frame that you do a certain task in. So, for example, normally for me, if I do a difficult task, I have to write something, or I write a blog or report or something like that, I can concentrate for 2 hours. I can't right now. I just can't. So making blocks of like 45 minutes of concentration really helps you to stay in focus. These kind of things you can do with any task. And after those 45 minutes, I really deliberately break my concentration. I do the things that I need to do. For my coachee, I don't have kids. He has. After 45 minutes, he took care of his baby a little bit. Just take him on his arm, whatever you do with a baby, I don't know. But it really helps also him to, after a little short break of like 5 minutes, to again be concentrated. During those breaks, during your whole work week, you can do things like a little exercise, like walking around in the office, having a drink. If you have a balcony or a window with a little bit of sun, sit in the sun for 5 minutes. Well, my lovely colleague, Lydia, she's the expert on meditation, especially on breathing. But breathing exercises really help your focus, your concentration. There are a lot of apps now and smart apps already help you with that. I'm a geek, so I do that. But even doing that after 45 minutes or an hour or something like that will really help you focus. And even if it's 1 minute of just closing your eyes, maybe sitting in the sun, maybe just putting some earplugs in or some music in and come to yourself. It really will help your focus and your concentration. And also just take care of yourself. If you're really feeling mentally just exhausted, then do what you normally do, or at least try to do what you normally do to regain your energy. That changes from person to person. Again, I'm a geek, so I game a little bit. That's a really good hobby if you're staying at home. But if it's reading a book, if it's just watching a movie, is it chatting with a friend, anything to regain some energy to be mentally fit again. Then we have our emotional health. Well, people who know me a little bit, I'm quite extroverted. And if you've done any training here at Intermotivation, you probably have heard of the personality types. I'm very high in exploring. So for me, not being able to, seeing my friends, seeing my colleagues, going out, just getting rid of all my energy I have all day long, it's emotionally really challenging. It's challenging for me to connect to someone. And one of my pitfalls is that because I find it challenging, I'm not taking enough effort to stay connected to my colleagues, to my friends, to my family, to anyone, my loved ones, even my partner at home. So staying emotionally healthy really is about connecting to yourself in the first place, but connecting to others if you're a bit like me. And just balancing that and being very aware of that. What do I need? So the first thing is just feeling what do you need to stay emotionally healthy, and what is something that just fell away now staying at home, and arranging that. And we do really are lucky that we live in this time staying at home, because we have so much electronical possibilities with social media, with video calling, with Zoom that's really exploding for colleagues, with a house party, the app that's really exploding for interpersonal contact for your friends. Those appliances really work well to stay connected, to not get a feeling that we just have to be in our home and close the curtains and be there for like 3 months. So challenge yourself. And again, like I said, it's about a schedule. For me, is it really about the schedule of staying in contact with my colleagues? I really think about, okay, who I'm going to call now, and even ask them. For me personally as an explorer, I ask them, can I call you a bit more often? Just to stay connected. It just really helps me. So that's what you can do for your emotional health. The last one, your spiritual health. This is a very personal one, because a lot of people have very different ideas about your spiritual health and what it means to them, or even what it is. What is spiritual health? It can be as much as just meditating. It can be something like praying, if you believe in a certain God or in a system. It can be about connecting to yourself. It can be about just taking time for yourself in any which way you can. If you're lucky enough to have a balcony or a window in the sun, just connecting to what do I need and what kind of enlightenment do I need. You can see this happening a lot also on the internet. There are so many workshops, gatherings online for people trying to find a way to connect on a spiritual level. And there are so many different tastes that for everybody you can find something that you might like. You have to look for it, but like I said, there are a lot of Zoom meetings. Facebook is a very good one still to find different kinds of gatherings. But even Eventbrite is a good one we use as well for our trainings. So if you look a little and maybe get inspired by some of your friends, ask them, what do you do? Have you heard of something really cool? It really can help you also balance your spiritual health. All right, those are the 4 pillars of our health while working from home, and my perspective where you can focus on and how you can find solutions that work for you personally. Either if it's your physical, your mental, your emotional, or your spiritual health. There's always something you can do from home. If you do have any questions, by all means, I will look at the comments. I will answer all the questions you might have, and even we can have a little one-on-one and talk about it in a later point of view. And if not, I really wish you a lot of fun. Be creative in your solutions. Find a way to connect to yourself and to others, and stay healthy. Thank you for listening. Cheers.